Hi Stampers, I'm Meg from Loven Stamps, and I have a treat for you today. I have another reality crafting video, which means I know that I'm going to use something with this Dino Days stamp set and the matching Dino dies, but I don't know exactly what I'm going to make. So sometimes I get questions from people like, how do you come up with your ideas? So I'm going to take you through the design process of making a card. So you can find more of these videos here on YouTube or on my Facebook page where I often do them live. So hey, no pressure there, right? Okay, so Dino Days Suite is in the catalog. There are a lot of very fun things to go along with this one. One of the things I love about reality crafting with Stampin' Up supplies is that everything goes together. So there's ideas here, there are products. You can even order everything all together as a suite, so you have all the pieces that you need to make something fun. So I have been loving lately this paper and the idea of using a card or a designer series paper as my card base. So I'm going to go ahead and cut myself a 4 1/4 inch wide piece of this. And that means that we have kind of like a card base. I need to cut it down to 11 inches. So I'm going to cut 1 inch off the bottom, plus or minus, and then go ahead and take this piece here and fold it in half. So I love this lipstick color, and I love the idea of pink dinosaurs because they are not just for boys only. And so we're going to start here, and then I might, I don't know, I don't love that. Sometimes you can make that little strip here be another part of your card base. So I think probably I've got enough designer series paper on this. So let's see. Next idea, I think we're going to make this a window card. So I'm going to make a hole on the front. So some of our design elements are going to be on the inside. So I've got my 2 1/4 inch circle punch, and I'm going to go ahead and punch a little bit up from the bottom to give us some room in case we decide to put some kind of strip across there, and then set that aside because of course you might use that for something else. Now we need a piece of cardstock that's going to go in the center to give us a nice base to stamp on. So I'm going to cut this down to 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches, and that is going to give us a base that's going to fit just right inside there, just like that. So we can do a couple things. We can put a greeting inside, we can stamp on the inside, we could have things overlapping. Which stamp should we use? You know what? This guy would be kind of clever because his head would poke up and he would be like peeking out from the inside of the card. Wouldn't that be fun? So let's see, how would that work? Yeah. I kind of like that. And then we could have a greeting kind of in this space here. All right, so I'm going to grab a block and mount him. And then the other thing when I do my like reality crafting or when I sit down to design, I grab my ink pads that are going to match everything that I need. And so I've got some cardstock here too. Of course, we've got our lovely lipstick and our Flirty Flamingo Pool Party, and then the Old Olive just a little bit as an accent here. There, just a little bit as an accent, and then of course Whisper White. And if you're like, well, how do you know about those colors? How does that even work? The answer to that is that on the back of the designer series paper package, Stampin' Up also lists all of the colors. So then you can just grab exactly what you need. Pineapple Punch. I might need to do another card with Pineapple Punch in this. Okay, so we got lovely lipstick. We're gonna stamp our long dino with his head sticking up out into our card. So I'm going to ink this baby up. Now he is a photopolymer stamp, so you're going to want to get a good image. You might need to put a piece of, or one of the Stampin' Pierce pads underneath here. I have a whole pad of this grid paper, so I should be good too. But I'm going to kind of like where that's going to go. I think his tail is going to almost have to go off the bottom. It's going to be really close. So let's go ahead and stamp him. Aw, isn't he cute? And then he does peek through our hole. So now we need to fill this space here with some other kind of design element. So let's see. I love you this much. That kind of goes really best with this guy here. So I might do thanks for being a friendosaurus. And let's see. I'm going to grab that one here. And I think to pull our colors across, I'm going to use the same lovely lipstick red pink color. And then I'm going to need some kind of strip to go across there. So I could find a circle punch, I could find something else. I might just go crazy and do like a banner-y piece. So I'm going to stamp this over here to the side to give us room to go across there. And that looks pretty good actually. So let me grab my banner punch, use all the time, and I'm going to slide this in here. It's good for any piece of paper up to 2 inches. And I kind of like to do it upside down. I can see my ink picking out there, so I want to make sure I don't go in quite that far. And ideally it would be straight, but you know, whatever. Pretty flexible. Okay, so there's our tail. Then I want to decide if I'm going to go all the way to the edge. I feel like maybe not. I feel like I want this to be a little bit in. I'm going to zoom in there. And so I'm going to go ahead and trim our greeting there. I just used my paper trimmer, kind of like that. Oh, I kind of like that. Okay, ooh. Next thing, fabulous Dinoroar enamel shapes. These little pinky guys are going to go here, kind of like little sign brads to mark the top and the bottom of our little sign element here. And I don't want to look like I tried to make them the same, so I'm going to just mix them up. And then I feel like this could use some like extra bulk or something like that. Let's see, what if we put a strip underneath it of the Flirty Flamingo? Ooh, I kind of like that. And actually I might make that go all the way to the end. I think so. So let's go ahead and trim this. And then we'll kind of stick this back together here. I totally design like this in real life. I don't stick anything down until I kind of got it sorted out where I want things to go. Okay, really, I mean, that's kind of a cute card. It could be finished kind of right there. I feel like it needs more. Like there's more stamps in here that just need more fun use. So let's go ahead and stick down the pieces on the front. So I'm going to use my snail, and I'm going to put our banner here onto our strip of Flirty Flamingo cardstock. And then I'm going to grab my Stampin' Dimensionals, which were here a second ago. There they are. They're under all that paper. And I'm going to put a couple Stampin' Dimensionals here to help kind of secure our pieces. And so I have one kind of across that junction there. And then I'm going to, you know, I said I was going to put that all the way across, but I'm not. I like it just shy there. All right, and then we're going to put this on the inside. But before I glue anything down, I am going to go ahead and stamp first, because if I really mess this up, I don't want to ruin my whole card. So, although honestly, if you've seen me stamp before, it would have to be a big mess up to ruin the whole card. I'm all about like making things work. Okay, so what other fun pieces do we have in here? Oh, a tree. I really feel like we need to use that tree. And we can pull some other cards here. So we have Pool Party, we have Old Olive. Should we introduce more colors or should we stay more monochromatic? I think we're gonna stay more monochromatic. So I've got my Flirty Flamingo here. And let's see, do we want a dark tree with light leaves? I think we want light tree with dark leaves. So I am going to go ahead and mount my tree stamp here. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp right there in Flirty Flamingo. Okay, that is super striking. And it's kind of funny because the colors on the inside of the Designer Series paper don't echo the outside, so it's kind of like, woo, that's a fun choice. And then I'm going to go ahead and give us some of our fronds here. And I think, let's see, 4 makes me a little uncomfortable, but I feel like, let's see, maybe we'll do 5 then. I'm all about the odd numbers. There we go. So it looks less like a windmill. Okay, and then we need some other like fun stuff here. I think that there's these little like gravelly stamps here. So I'm gonna, let's see, do we gravel this way or do we gravel this way? I think we have like, well, you know what, actually, I'm not gonna use that. It kind of looks like, I don't know. Yeah, what the heck. We'll go for some like gravelly stuff. It's kind of fun actually. There we go. Okay, so now we have some gravelly stuff across the bottom of our card. And I feel like that kind of is good for us. Thanks for being a Friendosaurus. And then we should add the greeting, right? Because too punny to leave off. So it actually says, "You are roarsome." So let's see, Flirty Flamingo, or I think Flirty Flamingo because it's going to jump out. So let's see, if I put it here, it would be, I could put it up there, but that's going to like fill up the space and it's kind of unbalanced and stuff. You know what? I think I'm going to do instead of Flirty Flamingo, I'm going to go with a darker color. So I'm going to go with Lovely Lipstick, and I'm going to put it right here on our tree, right there. Okay, love this. And you know what? Sadly, we didn't use the dies. Oh my gosh. Well, can we come up with some fun, like dinosaur die? You know what? We might have to use the envelope. So here, I'll show you what we're going to do for this one. I have another sample that I did on this, and with a stamp set. And actually, if you saw my blog post, I have a blog post titled Guilty Pleasures in Stamp Sets, the stamp set you never should have bought but did anyway, or something like that. And yeah, this baby is it. So, okay, so there's the front of our card. Thanks for being a Friendosaurus. You're awesome. And actually, let me explain why. So I really don't have a lot of people in my life who are like dinosaur age, like little kid-ish. But you know what? I decided I don't care. I like these guys. So you know what? A lot of people are going to be getting dinosaur cards from me who would never otherwise have expected to be in the dinosaur age range. So I think they're for everyone. A couple years ago, Stampin' Up, Shannon West from Stampin' Up had a thing about I'm bringing back birthdays. I've just decided that I'm bringing back dinosaurs. So if you send a dinosaur card, you should just let me know, because then I can celebrate with you. Okay, so an envelope for this card. Let me grab another piece of Designer Series paper. Okay, so we have a gorgeous Designer Series paper palette here. And I think that we need a Designer Series paper envelope to go with this card. So this one clearly is the match. And let's see, what to do with my card. We need an envelope that is going to go this direction, up and down. And so I'm going to cut a piece of Designer Series paper that is, oh, what the heck, let's just go with 6 inches wide and we'll build it together. So, I know, right? Nothing quite like doing this kind of deal live on television. I suppose it's not live, but all right. And then I want my card to peek out. So I'm going to, let's see, fold it over about there, which I know everyone's going to ask me later for dimensions. Okay, it's 2 inches down from here, so I must have folded it at, let's see, this is 12 inches. So it's 5 inches from the bottom is where I scored it and folded it over, okay? And then I'm going to trim in to the corners about, I don't know, how far? About that far, 6 inches. The card's 4 1/4 inches wide, so 6 minus 4 1/4 is, I don't know, how wide is that? 6 inches minus 4 1/4. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this on here, and I'm going to fold this over. So it looks like it's about 3/4 of an inch-ish that I'm going to fold in on each side. Okay, so 3/4 of an inch. And I've got my card in here, so I know that my card is going to fit beautifully when we're all finished. Oh, my paper moved just a little bit. Yeah, whatever, it'll be fine. Okay, and then the top flap is going to come down here. So now, let's see, what should I do? Should I cut away these pieces? I think, let's see, if this is going to be the front side, that's going to be like the ceiling part, and then the back is going to be where you're going to put the address, then I think I'm going to go ahead and trim envelope. Basically decided that I was going to put my card in there, wrap these pieces around the back, although I think that that's not quite as clean. So I'm going to go ahead and make these come in and then wrap this around. See how that's much prettier on the back? So I just cut away, let's see, how many inches is this? About 7/8 of an inch on each side up to that part where I cut the little ends. So, all right, there we go. And then this is going to come down on the front. And so it's just a little bit inside there, which means it's going to be cute. So then it opens this way, and then my card comes out like that. So, of course, if I'm going to mail this, and then I want to make sure that I have tear tape, so I have a really good bond on my envelope-y pieces. So I'm gonna pop some tear tape on there and go ahead and pull that back. And the whole time I'm doing this, I really find that it's easiest to keep my card inside my envelope so that I know that I am not sealing things up so tightly that I can't get my card in later. Okay, so run that up. Okay, so we have our envelope, and then here. Now here is a trick that, let's see how much extra space we have, not a ton. A trick that I've used a bunch of times before. I need a circle punch. So here is a 1 1/4 inch circle punch, and you could do this ahead of time if you plan ahead, but who likes to do that? We're reality crafting, right? Okay, I'm gonna trim away a little circle there so that then when we put our card back in, it has like a little like friendly opening. So, all right, so there's our friendly opening, and then this is gonna go across here. And then I promised you die cut dinosaurs, right? So we got these dies out, and I'll grab my big shot back here. And I'm going to grab a piece of Flirty Flamingo and a piece of the Flirty Flamingo and Lovely Lipstick. Drop those on there, put my top layer of my sandwich on, and I'm sure they don't need to be double cut, but it's just easier than running it through. So now I have 2 fun dinosaur pieces, and of course you can stamp these, but I kind of like the simplicity of this without the stamping because they are going to go on our envelope. So let's see, we're gonna have this sealed on this side, and then actually, maybe we should just put I think the address should go on the other side. So the address is going to go over here, and you could put a piece of like white cardstock or a label or something. And then we're going to go ahead and use our dinosaur friend to seal our envelope, okay? So because I don't actually have this card all written out yet, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of the liquid glue just right at the top edge where my Flirty Flamingo dinosaur ridgy lines are gonna go. Aren't those like the cutest thing ever? And then I'm going to go ahead and look kind of where the water line is. So any place above his belly and higher, I'm going to go ahead and put the green lid, the multi-purpose adhesive, liquid adhesive, so that I know that I have a really good bond here, because you don't want to have stray flaps on something that you're going to mail. All right. You might actually have to pay extra for this because it's, I don't know. It's pretty flat. There's nothing dimensional in it. Anyway, so now we have a cute dinosaur closure for our envelope. So of course, if you're not mailing this card, then you don't have to worry about it at all. You could just pop a Stampin' Dimensional up under there because then it would open pretty easily. But if you're gonna mail it, then you of course would want to go ahead and make sure that you've got this really nicely sealed so that it doesn't come apart in the mail. And then on the other side, you could flip this over and grab a piece of Whisper White cardstock and put across here. And actually, you know what? Let's just do that. I'll show you what I would do. I would grab a piece like this, which you could do, but that's pretty like simple and plain. So instead, I would take this and we'll make a banner like this. And then you could use tear tape, or you could use the green lid glue, because seriously, it doesn't come off. It takes like a bomb to explode this stuff. And then I'm gonna put this right here on our package. So now some special person is going to get the thanks for being the Friendosaurus card with the Your Rawsome inside, and then the fun matching envelope. So reality crafting, I hope you've enjoyed this idea and the chance to kind of see the design process that I use when I put my Stampin' Up! Projects together. So, you know, it's not maybe as smooth as some of my videos that are like pre-planned and I know exactly what I'm going to do, but I really think that there's value in seeing how the process works. So if you think so too, make sure you leave me a comment so I know that you'd like to see more reality crafting videos. And I really have enjoyed sharing this, and I look forward to sharing more projects with you. Who knows, maybe more with the fun Dino Days stamp set in the future. So thank you so much for watching. I'm Meg from Loven Stamps. Follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. So in the same color trend with the idea of the dinosaur on the envelope, that wasn't totally new. I came up with that recently. These are scalloped envelope cards, and they feature designer series paper, but kind of the other half of the color palette from the paper. And then this guy, I really do love this Friendosaurus dude, and then this little winged one to go with it, and then of course the elements there, and another use of the banner punch, so the triple banner punch. So really great idea. And the scalloped note cards come in a package with 4 colors, so you can kind of look through. The old olive ones match this paper perfectly, and then you just have to find some other fun designer series papers to match the others. This is a post on my blog, so you can check out this card for more details too. And then did I show you this one? This one uses that egg die cut to have a background there with some fun sponged egg in the background, and I love this little T-Rex dude. So all right, thank you so much and happy stamping.